Okay, it is now 1:05, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. For any that just joined in, we just want to let you know that this session is being recorded. So just so you know, in case you miss anything, you'll be able to look at the recording later on. And we'll go ahead and get started. Just for a second, I'll introduce myself and then I'll have Krishna introduce himself and then we'll show you all about what MESA is. My name is Nia Kawai. I am the office manager here at the MESA office and I use she, her pronoun. Krishna?
Hello, my name is Krishna Han. I serve Associate Directors in the Office of Multi-Ethnic Student Affairs, and I use he, him, his pronouns. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Krishna. And yes, thank you all for joining us today for this presentation. The caption is on, just in case anyone would like to use that service. Also, we have a Q&A session. You can add your questions in the Q&A or in the chat, and we'll be sure to try to answer all those questions as we can. And we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody, to MESA. Krishna, next slide, please. Okay, so MESA here, we strive to make this a diverse and a vibrant office. Our main focus is making sure that our students and our members, they feel engaged here in MESA as well as in the university. We want to make sure that they know all the resources available on campus, other student groups, other student orgs, other departments that may be resourceful to them. And we want to make sure that we engage. We use the lens of race and in ethnicity to engage the campus community. And we want to make sure that students' experiences here are what it is that they want it to be, that is worthwhile, an opportunity for all. Thank you. Go ahead, Krishna. So here's some of our core values here in MESA. More than anything, we really want to make sure that these values that we have here on the screen, that you experience all of them within the MESA office. Fun, no matter how much information you may have and who's giving you the information, who you're engaging with, we want to make sure that you're having fun and that it's an enjoyable environment. We want to build trust between our students and ourselves. We want to make sure that the narratives that we're sharing, that the information that we're sharing is not something just that the office wants to do, but that the students themselves want to present. We also have integrity. We want to be honest. We want to be authentic and transparent. We want to make sure that everything that we represent, everything that we're saying we're going to do actually comes to pass. Intersectionality. While race and ethnicity is indeed our foundation, we understand that there's a lot more identity-based. There's a lot more information that needs to be brought out there. And so we don't want to just focus on one aspect. We want to make sure it's inclusive of all. We want a collective community. We don't want just to say, come, let us help you, and then that's the end of it. We want to build relationships with our student group, with the student orgs, and we want to make sure that we're collaboratively working, not just among the student orgs to MESA office, but for the campus community as a whole. We all helping to obtain one goal, and that's to get information for all and all that involved. And then we want to cause transformation. We believe that social change starts with an individual. So the more that we are able to educate at least one person at any event, we've done what we come to do. And the information that they need thereon after they've learned from us, we provide that information for them as well. We can direct students to student or connect them to student or to other offices and other connections to further that transformation with an individual.
Thank you, Nirka. And like Nirka mentioned earlier, our office mission is through the lens of race and ethnicity. We engage campus community to think about the contemporary issue, the history, the cultures from that specific lens. And there are so many programs that we do in the office. Our office is heavily programmatic, but whatever we do, a way to manifest our work through a theme, and we through core work that embody celebration, education, and social capital building. And like it was written on the screen, the MESA program is designed to create meaning and belonging for underrepresented students on campus, whatever we do, whether it's cultural or educational, such as celebrating various Heritage Month, mentoring program, or offering grant to student organization. Our program are centered around those themes to bring various forms that contribute to the mission and vision of our unit. And we will have the opportunity to dive a little bit deeper into each of these programs as we move forward. And hopefully you will, through that information, see yourself if you can engage or you want to engage when you come to campus with us. So the first program that will be happening right before fall is called MESA Welcome Program, which is a some of them are pre-arrival move-in, and some of them is right during the time of the first week of school. And these two programs is early move-in called Salam and Alma program. And Salam stands for Successful Arab Leader at Michigan. And Alma is very similar in the sense that it centering around the experience of Latinx students. So this is a multiple day program, partnership with the Arab Student Association for Salam. It happened during the first week before school start. And so is Alma. I think currently we have the schedule on August 22nd to August 25th. And they will come to engage with the rest of the community that we are around, trying to understand the Arab student experience on campus and also Latinx student experience on campus. And through those programs, they design to engage students, connect them to resources, and also at the same time going through workshop, dialogue, and community building. So you get to also know each other beforehand, and forming friendship, forming connection with the current student, upper class, staff, and faculty as well. And I believe our community member as well. And in addition, we have another welcome program that specifically helping students connect with different affinity group on campus. And CALM is for Asian American and Pacific Islanders student population, and NASW is for Native American student. Welcome. It's very similar, but this two program is a little bit shorter because they're not early move-in program. They just more like a community event, getting connect to the faculty and staff and upper class. And however, these two programs, if you participate in them, you have the opportunity to participate in the agency and allyhood building workshop series, which intend to help students building that good sense of understanding intersectionalities, navigating the identity on campus, building allyhood development, and also understanding the powers and perspective, mapping those powers to build our sense of agency. We also have mentoring program, but our mentoring program in MESA is very different from any other mentoring program on campus, with mostly focused on academic. Our program is focused on cultural and social connections. So you can get mentoring program that academic with other space on campus, but with MESA, the focus is cultural and social, meaning that you will have a cohort, the incoming first year cohort, where we pair you with the upper class mentor, and every month they do a program, bring you all together to just talk about experience or put event together just to bring people together so that they can feel that sense of community and support on campus while they're here. And we do currently have 2 programs. The Arise is the peer mentorship program for first-year students that strive to create a platform for dialogue on intersection of social justice and culture within the South Asian community. But like it's highlight, it's open to all students, anybody who interested in the experience of Southeast Asians population on campus, welcome to participate. And the same is with SIP, stand for Supporting for Incoming Black Student. It's centering around understanding the experience of Black student on campus. This is a year-round program where they do around 5 to 6 events a year because it's a monthly event. However, the idea is that when you are paired with a mentor, it is hoping that mentor and mentee are connected periodically just to check on each other. This is, oh, Nika, are you doing this one or am I doing
Yes,
this?
yes, I'll do this one. And so all of those mentoring programs and welcome programs we have available for the students to participate in, and to get connected, you can find it on our website, which we'll show you later on at the end of the presentation. But we also have what we call Heritage Month throughout the school year, fall and winter term. And this is where we allow each set of ethnic groups or each set of student groups to be able to celebrate themselves. And so we gather student groups and student coordinators and program managers to create a full calendar of events for each of our Heritage Month. So in February, we have Black History Month, we have the Asian American and Pacific Islander American Heritage Month that happens usually in April, even though we recognize that it is nationally recognized in May. We have Arab Heritage Month in April, Latinx Heritage Month starts in September, and then our Native American Heritage Month happens in November. We welcome all student orgs and groups to be active in the planning process of these Heritage Months. As I mentioned before, this is not what MESA wants to show, but what MESA's student orgs and partnership with different departments want to show during these Heritage Months. Okay, and so let's say, all right, Niyaka Krishna, what you're talking sounds really good to me. How do I become involved? You can become a student staff member at one or a couple of our MESA programs. You can become a staff member within our Heritage Month. Those mentorship programs we've talked about. If you are not a first or second year and you feel that you want to be a mentee, you can definitely apply for that. We also have a peer inclusive education team, which we label PI team, grants program, welcome program. We have multiple student employment opportunity. And so if you are maybe don't need a position right now, but maybe in winter term, that's you. We are always posting things within our website and also our social media site. So we welcome you all to apply if it's in your interest. Okay, and so here are a couple of our student organizations that we work very closely with. This is not all, and this is not the only ones that we use. And so just to mention a couple, we have the Black Student Union, we have the United Asian American Association, we have La Casa, which is a Latinx student organization, SAMS, which is the South Asian Awareness Network, NASA, a Native American Student Association, and Mixed at Michigan, which is a mixed race student org. And as I mentioned, these are a couple of the student orgs that MESA we advise them. Once again, this is what the students want to present and the event that they want to have. We're just there to help them with the planning process, the logistics side of things, and also sometimes even the financial side of these events. Question, you want to take this?
Sure. So The other the program that we mentioned earlier, mostly like MESA is taking the lead. However, the other program that MESA is collaborating across unit on campus that student can also get involved with. And of course, through that participation, the hope is that students get to see themselves reflected and also learn about the other. And these are some of the programs that we do with other unit across the student life at Michigan. The identity abroad with the International Center and Global International Study, International Studies that allow the conversation to happen for student of colors, what it's like to be going study abroad, something like that, or traveling abroad. We also collaborate with the Spectrum Center to talk about intersectionality between race and the gender identities. So we have once a month queer, trans, indigenous, and people of colors dinner where we have a host who normally is the staff or faculty identified within the LGBT community to host a dinner with students. And of course, all this program is open to all. And the anti-racism and coalition building teaching is part of our education program where we trying to make sure that we offer some opportunity for our community to engage in the work that we do, either social justice, racial justice from a critical lens, because we know that celebration is very important. Like Mirka mentioned earlier, all the Heritage Month program that we celebrate throughout the year. It's very wonderful that we celebrate all those achievement, contribution, everything. At the same time, we need to, it can be superficial and the work can fall short if we not also engage in the work from the lens, from the critical lens. So that this is where things can come into have complementing the work that we do. And through MESA, we partnership with the MLEAD to make sure that a student who engage with MESA have the opportunity to develop their competency. So through MLEAD, we do engage our student to think about building various competency. Should you participate in MESA or being a student staff in MESA, you will learn all about those competency, and then you will also engage in reflecting through the work that you do in MESA in what way that those work have contributed to building your own competency as well. The other aspects about MESA program, which actually is one of my favorite, is the grant program. I like this grant program in particular because it allowed the opportunity to the student to actually execute some of the great idea that they may have, as long as their project is aligning with our MESA mission and vision. For example, if you being part of a student organization when you arrive on campus, and then you think, I would like to do this event, I would like to put this program together for my student org that I'm part with, and what you need is money. So you can apply for grant from MESA to actually make it happen. And in addition, our MESA also provide advisements as part of the process, just to make sure that you also get to learn about designing a program, thinking about the learning objective, think about what are some of the outcome, what you want people coming to your event, leaving that space thinking about, or how do you, what kind of environment you want to create in that event. So MESA program manager is able to support through that advisements as well. But at the end of the day, you will be the person who, you will be the group to make it happen. But it very empowering in my perspective is that not only that you get to engage in doing things, but also at the end of the day, you get to own it. You get to claim the credit for it. You know, that sense of engagement plus the autonomy to make it happen, which I believe is how empowerment and confidence is being built. So I really highly encourage you to check out MESA Grant and apply for financial support to put together a program and event for your student organization. And these are some of the things that you can look on our website as well. If you go to MESA website, you will see the criteria whether you're eligible to apply for the grant or not. I think most of the time you should be able to apply for grant.
Okay, so PI team. What is the PI team? As mentioned here in this slide, it's a group of trained peer-led teaching facilitators, and they coordinate and they plan and they facilitate amongst their peers these open discussions, both domestic and abroad content version and coalition building curriculum that are developed within our office. This is giving students a chance to grow and develop, and also to spread awareness of identity and the impact that we and they may have here on campus. We recognize that not only do we want to provide you with the resources necessary to be able to do this, but we want to also train our students and have them grow to become better, sorry for my nephew, to become better leaders among their, better leaders as they grow through their college careers.
May I add a little bit, Nika, about
Go for it. Go for it.
So this is actually one of the programs that is available upon request, meaning that if you have a group of friends or you being a member of student organization and you would like this workshop, this teach-in to be offered to your student organization, you actually can make a request, and then our peer facilitator will work with you to bring this to your organization. It would, if you think about personal and professional development for the group, so that you can develop that authenticity with each other to build that work relationship for a long run for the rest of your, undergraduate career, whatever it is, but it's part of that development as well. So please check it out on our website, and then you will see the request button very, very, very easy.
Okay, so we've mentioned this website multiple times. The MESA website is mesa.umich.edu, and it has a lot of information about what we've been throwing at you and what we are trying to cram into a 15-minute presentation. But we also have a MESA newsletter, and what we call it MESA Notes. And let's say that your student already have something happening and you want MESA to share it among the hundreds, even thousands of constituents that receive our MESA notes. You can definitely submit what you, the event or the job posting or whatever it is that you want MESA to present. If it lines in with our mission and it's something that we definitely support or present for ourselves, you can also submit on the website. You can submit a request to have your event, your posting, your job posting posted in our newsletter. Our newsletter goes out once a month at the beginning of the month. And so if you have something happening upcoming, we definitely encourage you to submit those requests to us. We also are on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So we also can post some of the events that you may want us to share on our social media as well. Office hours. We open at 9 a.m. and then we close at 5 p.m. These are the staff. We also offer virtual appointments. You may see, for example, that I really like that Native American Student Association, and I see that the lead program manager on there is Andrea. How can I get in touch with her? you can definitely sign up at our MESA website and request an appointment with each of the staff available here within the office. The time shown on this sheet, which also will be shown on the website, gives you the window of opportunity that our staffs are available to answer any questions you may have, any specific. Oftentimes, if it's, we have an event, I kind of want to see, does it fit anywhere with MESA? You may find yourself being redirected to submit said event, but we definitely encourage any and all to reach out to each program manager individually to get any clarification you may need. And we're in the union, so as the university's semi-open back up, maybe so, we welcome you to stop by, come visit us. We're on the 3rd floor of the union, suite 3000, and we have an open door policy within the restrictions that the university may give us, but we definitely welcome you to come and visit us. All right, we thank you for listening to our presentation. Here is the necessary information here. If you want to give us a call, our number is available here, 734-763-9044. Or let's say that you wanted to check our website. I mentioned it again, but it is here, mesa.umich.edu. And then if you want to send an email and you're saying, I think something is awesome, you can email us at mesa.ufm@umich.edu. Well, I see we have one question. Is there a deadline to apply to a mentorship program? Krishna, do you want to answer that?
Yes, there is a priority deadline to apply for the mentorship program, which is August 2nd. If you go to our website right now on the mentorship program, you will see the apply button, meaning that it take you to an interest form. They say you fill out your information, and then the core team member will receive your interest, and then they will contact you. They will follow up with you at some point. But as long as you fill it out by August 2nd, then you should be good.
Thank you, Krishna. Do we have any other questions? Any comments? Anything? You can add that to the Q&A section. As we wait for questions to come, we thank you for taking the time out to come and listen to our presentation. We encourage you all, even if you may feel like I might not have the time, I don't know what my situation would be come August, we still encourage you to get connected. So fill out the form, fill out the survey, and someone will reach out to you, and we'll be able to, if you can't come in August, we can still connect with you in September and then get you connected to different student groups and such. So we want to know you. We want to get to know who you are, what you're doing here on campus, how we can help you in any way possible. And I think, Krishna, if we can wait just a couple of minutes, just in case some other questions do come up. If not, that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for coming.
I just want to add all the welcome program, MESA Welcome and Mentoring Program. The priority deadline is August 2nd. And the form to express those interests is already available on our website for all of them.